Hello and welcome everyone to the 5th round of the Daytona Cup here for Plebian Racing. This is going to take place on the Chicago street course. This track is imported and highly referenced from Grid 2, which is, I think, is a pretty awesome game. So far, we're just ending free practice here. Tyler Van Beek actually with a huge lead in pre-practice, some 7/10 faster than the rest of the field. Followed by Dave Martin and Martin Smith, who are separated by 1/10 from each other, who are the two championship leaders right now. Taking a look at the standings before we begin. We have Martin Smith still leading charge, but only 10 points clear of Dave Martin. Followed closely by James Leader, who is at 108 points. Then we have Jorge Ortega, otherwise known as Penguin, at 98 points. Kevin Woodward, 70. Giovanni West, 65. 7th is Adrian Pazolato. 8th is Tyler Van Beek, who is our current lead time right now. So hopefully he can come and get back in the championship here. 9th we have Elpo. 10th is Pasha. 11th, Brandon Williams. 12th, Saucepan Willie. 13th, Kevin Smokey. 14th, Quaz. Adrius at 15th, Luke Baumeister with the epic win and leave at 24 points, Jake Hardy at 22, Jordan White at 20, Nico at 18, and Daniel at 17, Randy at 17 as well. And then right there is Carson at 13 points. Quali about to start here. We'll see if any of the other drivers can get into a 2:22. That's what I was told the good lap times were going to be, but it's interesting that only one driver has managed to get into that so far, but maybe we have some sandbagging going on, some tactical sandbagging. Always be interesting to see. This will be the first night race of the season as well, which is pretty cool to see on the Chicago streets. Quali is now underway. Drivers are going to take off. 16 drivers here so far. On board with our current lead driver, Tyler Van Beek. Once again, this will be a 25-minute race and then a 25-minute reverse grid race. The championship could be just decided technically today if Dave Martin does DNF both races, but I really hope that does not happen. I know he's really excited to win the championship. Speaking with Jake Hardy earlier today, he was having a lot of troubles, but seems to have found the lap times at 2:24. Earlier today, he was saying he was struggling getting 2:27, so he must have found some amazing pace somewhere, which is good to see. So I know he wants to be competitive. From what I understand, the entire track can be taken 2 wide, and at some points 3 wide, so hopefully we can get a lot of overtaking without too much carnage today. It'll be good to see. With this power of the slipstream, we should, as long as the drivers stay close together, we're going to have very close wheel-to-wheel action the whole way through. And there's always going to be opportunities to overtake, and especially with these Miatas. Updated the graphics a little bit for you guys today, so you'll be able to see the last, best, and previous times of the drivers and current, as well as their live deltas. So hopefully you enjoy that. So all the drivers jockeying for position, they're gonna probably have to start giving each other space here. Gonna get a little hectic. Jordan White in his not Joker car. It is not a Joker car, everyone, or a Hulk car. That's what I've been told many times. It may look like a Joker or a Hulk car, but it's definitely not a Joker or a Hulk car. hopefully he can have a good race. He's had some of the unfortunate luck. He is our epic graphic designer, so does amazing work. On board now with Tyler Van Beek on his first outlap. Really finding pace on this track. So actually some second corner turns here, which is not something we've seen. We'll see gears 3 through 5 have been exclusively used on these tracks. It's like he's followed by Dave Martin, maybe trying to find some lines of his. Dave really good at following other drivers and finding the missing pace that he's lacking. Also with Penguin as well, very good at that. But I believe he is not here today, unfortunately. So we looks like it's going to be a three-way shootout at this point between Dave Martin, Tyler Van Beek, and Martin Smith for pole position. Any of these drivers are capable of having it. Kind of a longer lap, so drivers aren't going to have the most time. Maybe a couple of laps, especially if they to return to the pits. But very flowy track, very open. That's what I like to see. Should give us some very good racing. And with these bigger tracks, the pace disparities and who has put in time will be shown a lot more. It's like Tyler Van Beek only predicted to do a 2:24 on this first lap here. Maybe he'll find some pace towards the end of the lap. Seems to be the average pace of the drivers here at 2:24. Dave Martin's still right behind him, trying to learn those lines, get that extra second that he's missing. And Dave Martin with a 2:23.5 to start us off on provisional pole. Jordan White actually with a 2:24.5, good lap from him. Basha with a 2:25.5. And Jake Hardy with a 2:26.0. Still 2 seconds off of his time in practice, so probably just getting warmed up. He should have at least 2 more attempts. All the drivers should at this point. On board Martin Smith are also a possibility for pole sitter. Dave Martin on track to do a 2:12.2. I believe that is definitely not correct, but you know. He might be getting some good slipstream here from Tyler Van Beek as well. If he doesn't get too close to him, he could really take advantage of that and have a good lap. So Tyler Van Beek might have to let off a little bit and let Dave go if he feels like he's going to take pole position away from him. And that's what he does right here. Bounces out of the lap. Dave is going to lose that slipstream. He's actually stopped. He's back in the pits. Maybe he doesn't like what's going on. Maybe he overkilled the tires. Hard to say, but now he's only going to have one more attempt to try to get pole position after showing such strong pace in the practice session. But beautiful track for sure to see. It really looks great at night at the Chicago streets. Dave about to finish his lap here. Waiting for that pole position, which is he's had before on this series. Very capable today also getting it. And 2:23.1, slightly extending his lead. Still not as good as what we saw in free practice. So a lot of pace still to be had as he goes for his final attempt. On board with Ashley here. 227. It's her mid-pack. Very close to the people around her. Warren Smith about to cross the line. Takes pole position, provisional pole by less than a tenth. Good lap for Martin Smith. A little dark here. Interesting. Sorry about that. On board here with Michael Sid he is about to cross the line. I don't think his lap is valid. It might be just a little bug with the timer at the moment. So the top 3 drivers separated by 6/10. Very close. Tyler Van Beek, our practice first position, only P4 at the moment. Like it's getting a little wide there. Taking the sidewalk, using all the track. Public sidewalks are paid for him as well, so why not utilize them? And he's going to start his final lap here. It'll be interesting to see how the drivers navigate the slipstream as the track is so wide. There's going to be a lot of overtaking. If they're going to try to help each other pull away at the front, what's going to happen? Jordan White completing his 3rd lap here. About just 20. Predicting a 23.8, so that'll put him P4 if we can put this lap together. Or P5, I'm sorry. No, P4. I was right. Cross the line now. P3, actually. Good lap from Jordan White. I know he has pretty much gone to all these races blind, so that's an amazing lap from him. He's a driver who really pulled out qualifying in the Audi TT Cup, I believe. Just does not have. He just has the worst luck ever. If he went to Vegas, he'd probably be declaring bankruptcy, unfortunately. And Brett in the best snack car ever, Cheeto Puffs, Cheez-It Puffs. If you haven't tried them, like I said, they're pretty awesome, especially the white cheddar ones. He's about to cross the line now. And that is unfortunately only P13 for Brett. Drivers still can go for overtime though, as long as they cross the line. The laps will be valid. Uphill settling for a P6 possibility. Here comes Tyler Van Beek about to finish his lap here. A 2:23.5 would put him P3 and in the fight for the race win here. Can he get any more lap time? Went very wide onto that sidewalk. And only a P5 for him. Unfortunately not able to replicate the 2:22 that he had earlier in practice. On board now with Giovanni West, looking to do a 2:24.2. That would put him in a comfortable P7, just ahead of Jake Hardy. Going very sideways, Giovanni West. Tokyo Drift style. This is not Grid 2. The track may be from there, but I don't think that works here. Looks cool as hell, though. I'll give you that. You know, if you can't finish first, finish in in style. I would say that is a win in my books. I believe him and Pasha are the only ones on track now. Giovanni West not able to improve like Jake Hardy is also not able to improve on this lap. About 5 seconds off. Must have had some sort of a moment. Giovanni was maybe trying to go for another lap. I believe that the overtime will not allow him, though, to finish the lap. But if he can easily get P6, even maybe P6 or P7. I think he definitely has the pace for that. So there's 3 drivers on track: Jake Hardy, Giovanni West, and Pasha. We'll get some interviews from Jordan White and Dave Martin, probably. I believe they are both in the chat, so I can grab them. I was told to look at YouTube chat. I have it up. I'm not sure why it's not working. Sorry about that if you guys were trying to talk. I was not replying. Yeah, I don't have control over the title. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately, so we'll have to fix it in the post. I told Dave about it. It happens. But thank you for letting us know. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can really do about it at this point. Alright, now that qualifying is finishing up, let's get some driver interviews here. Jordan White, a P3 with with no practice. How does it feel?
I practiced a little bit today.
Oh, you did?
A lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I did manage to shave off 2 seconds worth of time during our practice session, though. So, well, I shaved off a second during practice session, and then another second during quali session. So, it was pretty nice. I feel like I'm gonna die really fast.
Well, you are starting the front of the grid. Maybe your luck will turn around.
Maybe.
You do.
If nothing else, I'm right behind Dave, and I'm in prime punting position.
Dave better have his butthole puckered and ready to go. If you're listening,
vengeance will be mine.
Dave has a lot of repenting to do. That's for sure.
That said, I'm gonna feel really bad if I actually do end up punting him now.
So. Oh, yeah.
Nah, he's fast enough. He'll pull away.
For sure. You don't think even with the slipstream you're gonna stay within?
He was putting in 22s during practice, so me hitting a 23.6, I don't think I'll catch him. That and Tyler Quali in 5th or 6th, and I know he's faster than me, so.
Yeah, he was unable to replicate his practice laps, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do in the race. But good luck. Hopefully you have any luck that you have different than what you have before. And
hopefully.
All right.
Oh, he messed it up. It's supposed to be a night race. What is this garbage?
Oh boy. Looks like a night race to me. So at least that's what it will be. Good luck in the race. I'll throw you back in.
Word.
All right. Unfortunately, only able to get one interview. Let me swap it back to the race view for everyone. But Jordan, pretty happy. Not the most, but still trying to stay realistic on his race here. But I think he has. Yes, loser shot. Jordan, no shame in his unfortunate luck. And lights are about to come on here, and we are all ready for the cheesy line. Very long light. Lights out and away we go into a wall. Let's go auto cam. This is amazing view. Okay, we're back on to something good. But all the drivers getting away pretty easily here. Giovanni Watch having a rocket start, taking P7 on the outside here. And maybe possibly P6. A little friendly at the wall. Jordan losing in position to Kevin Woodward off the start, but still holding P4. Tyler Van Beek and Giovanni West going side by side here. Battling for position. Jake Hardy and as well as fighting for P8. Drivers staying very close together. Very clean start. Awesome job, everyone. Martin Smith and Dave Martin already kind of a second ahead of the rest of the pack. Contact in the back. Giovanni West gets a little squirrely. I don't know what happened there. It seems to have recovered. Nothing too crazy. On board here with Jake Hardy having Pasha as well. Fight and then and Andreas getting a little squirrely here on his fight with Pasha. Pasha able to take P8 away. And getting a little bit of a friendly bump. Gonna lose momentum off that though and get taken by Randy. A little bit of naughty play there. On board here on the back with Seth Walter. Seeing what he can do here. Try to making up some positions. Someone very slow. Brett very slow on the back. I'm not sure what happened here. Someone very wide. Looks like gonna get squeezed off here, Ashley. And I can see the position, avoid the contract. Adrian's losing 2 positions here from Randy and Giovanni West. Giovanni West seemed to have a run here. He might be able to overtake. Looking on the inside of Randy. He is alongside going into the turn here. Randy giving a little bit of a bump, knowing that he's still here, but he should have the inside line, and Randy will have to concede that position. Giovanni Watch taking back P10. Excellent battle for the 3-way fight here. As predicted, the entire track can go side by side, and they're going to have a lot of change in position here. Pasha looking to get some pressure here from 3-4 wide now. Giovanni West looking a little friendly at that wall there. Not quite the space he needed. On board here with Randy. Again, more fighting. This should allow Randy to fight back. Getting a little squirrely there. It's going to hurt his exit. Ashley looking to take a position here. But backs off. Thinks better of it. Looks like Dave Martin and Martin Smith are have pulled out a 4-second gap already. These two on another level today. Jordan White maintaining P3 in the end. And he's going to get tucked in the slipstream of Martin Smith and try to take P1 back. On board here with Tyler Van Beek, who did have the best practice pace, so maybe his race pace is going to come in fact. He's going to put Jordan White under immense pressure here with the slipstream. Now on board with Pasha. Amazing 4-way battle here for P7. Let's fix the graphic here. Sorry about that. Mid-race fix. Not the most professional, but Dave can yell at me later for it. On board now with Pasha. Still in this really good battle for P7. Looks like P7 has pulled away a little bit though. So if these guys keep fighting, it's going to be Jordan White seeming to have lost position to Tyler Van Beek, but fighting back, staying within that slipstream. Right in the rear bumper. Looks like Elpo is also looking up in the rear, only 1.5 seconds back. Six-second gap for the lead here too. Martin Smith and Dave Martin staying neck and neck with each other. incredible how much pace these guys had and what an amazing rocket start. Tyler Van Beek now just trying to fight for the last podium position with Jordan White all over him. Giovanni Mas getting a little squirrely on that curb. Gonna get overtaken there. These four drivers are not letting each other off the hook. No one seems to be able to pull away. On board Kevin Woodward, who is leading the end of this pack here, looking to make up some position. It's really going to come down to who is going to be put under the most pressure. Right now they're going to be trading positions until someone makes a mistake. Ashley on her way to get some Cheez-Its from Brett here. Only 4/10 away. Back on board with Pasha. We have not left this battle yet. Again, just even though it looks like he's gaining, he's already being overtaken. Elpo seems to have caught up to the back to Jordan White, having much better race pace here. Looks like Jordan White has fallen back a little bit from Tyler Van Beek, who's kind of unlocked his pace from this point. Elpo predicting a 2:23, so he should be able to find the overtake soon. Kevin Woodward, P10 now P8. As we've said, this battle is going to keep changing positions. Martin Smith putting in the fastest lap at 2:22.8, much better than what he did in Quali. Almost as fast as what... And there's contact. Not sure what happened, but looks like he got a little spun out there. Unfortunate for Kevin Woodward. He did seem to have the pace to fight for that the mid-pack position there. Elpo all on the back of Jordan White. Jordan White going very wide here. It's going to give Elpo a really good opportunity to close up the gap. Jordan probably spending a little too much time spinning his mirrors and his not Joker or Alt car. Randy getting a little squirrely there, but keeps it managed. These Miatas are very, very unforgiving. If you get a little loose. And we're already up on the back of Seth Walter, trying to make up the positions he lost from that unfortunate contact. Oh, he's going to get a little squirrely, got a little too excited there, but both drivers coming away relatively unscathed. Going to be trying a little more patience there. Upwell still only 4/10 back from Jordan White, who's doing an excellent job defending. But this has allowed Tevin Van Beek to pull ahead, looks like. So he's going to be not under that much pressure as Jordan White tries to hold off Elpo. Leaders are still 6 seconds ahead of the rest of the group, and they are within 1 second of each other. Dave Martin does need this win. Close of the championship. Elpo seems to have the pace on Jordan, but Jordan is defending well on all the spots he needs to. Doing 2:23 race pace laps is really good. I know from my time with racing with Elpo, he's very consistent. Looks like Kevin Woodward did make it past Seth Walter. So he's going to try to bring up. He should be able to have the pace. If the top three ahead of him are fighting, then he should be able to get back up to that fight that he previously was at. Martin Smith doing 6/10 faster than Dave in that last lap. Dave not having the race pace, it seems, to keep up with Dave Martin. A nice little fancy shot of Elpo here. Trying to go for a switchback, maybe. He just doesn't, and he's going to have the run. He's alongside. Does Elpo get the overtake? Jordan's going to have the inside line here. As they go through the S's, Barrels gives him the space. Jordan White going to tuck in and try to fight back Elpo here. Oh, he might actually already be side by side again. It's like Elpo does have the run though. I can hit race. Yeah, apparently this track is pretty difficult for Maya here. So, I would say that, yeah, these guys put in a lot of time and effort to try to hit this race pace. But, looks like there's at least good battles all around for the rest of the... Alpo getting past Jordan White once again, though. It's like both of them are slowing each other up. Only 226 and 227 lap time respective. Jordan White not letting Alpo away, though. Fighting back. This has allowed Jake Hardy to kind of close up a little bit. Maybe he can get in the action for the fight for P4. Ashley C on her ever quest to get those Cheez-Its. Brett, though, doing a good job of holding her off. Jake Hardy now within 2 seconds. Looks like both drivers lost about 4 seconds of pace fighting each other in that lap alone. As we come to about the halfway point. It's like Brett has closed up to Seth Walter. Hoping to get that P12. So he does have the pace to maybe go for the overtake. Fastest lap by Tyler Van Beek at 2:22.7. Excellent lap from him. I wonder why he had such a bad start, because I think he does have the pace to actually fight for the P1 right now. Maybe now that the nerves aren't... Brett going for the dive here. Getting the overtake. Excellent overtake from him. But Seth's going to fight back. He does have a better exit. Brett's going to have the inside line, though. He should be able to hold the position. A little bit of a lockup from Seth. Now Ashley's getting on the action as these two fight and squabble. Brett going for a very wide line, opening the door up for Seth. And Adrius looking to have a spin. I'm not sure what happened there. But, gets away pretty okay. And threw a torpedo at him. Yes. He definitely took a caveat from there. But it was clean. You know, everyone got away. And Seth did maintain the position in the end. So, good control from him. Jordan White going side by side with Elpo. Backing off a little bit, but does have the run in the slipstream here. All up on the back of Elpo. He can smell that ass. He's going to go for it. Kevin Woodward already after that spin, getting back up to P9. Fighting Randy now. Looks like the fight for P8 has spread it out just a little bit. Maybe Kevin Woodward making his way through the traffic has helped break up the traffic here a little bit. Jordan White being held up a little bit by Elpo, looks like. Kevin Woodward making his move on Randy. Back up to P8, so maybe he can pull away and try to fight up for P7, but it does look a little unlikely, as Randy is still in his slipstream. Fastest lap from Dave Martin, 2:22.5. Really quick lap. Dave trying to put in the pressure now to get that P1. I know he wants this championship win. It's really important to him after getting P2 in the Radical Series to yours truly. Just throwing that out there because I can. He's going for a wide little drift there. Taking all the space. Elpo looks like he's defending for his life right now against Jordan White. Of course I had to just, you know, the people need to know that I beat Dave. Anyway. Randy trying to fight back after being overtaken. Looks like Adrius did make the overtake stick. Jordan White still being frustrated now from Elpo, but it looks like he's doing 223s in there. Just trying to set up the overtake here. He might be able to get alongside. Elpo doing an amazing job defending. I have raced Elpo in the past. I know it's very hard to get past him. Elpo very smart with his decision making. Had an amazing GT4 battle with him back on ACC. Then it was basically impossible to get past him, even with having the pace. Is Jordan gonna have to pull out something to try to get past? Did you beat him also? No, I ended up touching grass like an idiot and spinning out in that race. But I defended, but I tried my hardest for like 10 laps. And Elpo was sad because I spun. But it was still a really fun race. So, I haven't had the opportunity to really race Elpo too much since then, but Jordan White getting, as I get distracted, Jordan White actually made the overtake happen. Now they're side by side. This has let Jake Hardy close up to 6/10. Jake Hardy not super confident in his pace this morning, but looks like he's actually going to be able to fight for P4, which is going to be a great result from him. Jordan White and Elpo still side by side. Jake Hardy just in prime position to take advantage of these two fighting. Jake Hardy actually closing up here. Elpo taking the overtake happen again. Now Jake Hardy is going to try to have the run. Jordan White, oh, waiting for the dive. Touching the wall, and it's happened again. It has happened again. No, Jordan, no. Oh boy. Unfortunately, getting a little too squeezed there, bouncing off the wall into Elpo's door, finding himself sideways on the track. That is a big oof moment. That's a feels bad. Yes, it is, BKR. It is. That is yikes. That was unfortunate. But now Jake Hardy getting the slipstream here on Elpo. Elpo taking the wide line, gonna open the door for Jake Hardy. Can he outbrake Elpo? Gonna have the inside for these two corners here. Elpo getting, and Elpo now getting turned sideways. Jake Hardy tapping him a little bit. Not sure if the space is left, but Elbows have been out, and Jordan White reclaiming the position from Elpo. This will let Giovanni West take P4 and Jake Hardy into P5. I can already hear the frustration from Elpo as we incident on turn 9. Yes, not sure who was at fault there, but we'll let the replays speak for themselves. Let the driver sort it out as we do here. Looks like Martin Smith has managed to keep the 2-second lead on Dave Martin, so Dave running out of time here, only a couple laps left. He's just getting very friendly with the sidewalk here, trying to find a position on Kevin Woodward. It's like Jake Hardy clear of Jordan White as well now after all that contact said and done. Elpo has closed up though, Jordan White only a second behind. It's like Ashley making the move on Brett. Brett having a moment there, allowing Ashley to take P13 and drive away pretty convincingly. So an awesome overtake for her. Kevin Woodward getting chased down. Second off in the last laps. Elpo going for revenge here. Getting not sure how he's going to keep composed here, but easy P4 was taken away from him, unfortunately. Coming in, looks like we're gonna have about Oh, Seth Walker having a little bit of a moment here, losing the car. But this track is very wide, so easy to get back on the track here. So we'll stay on board with him. Still 1 second gap between the two leaders who have still cleared the field. Teller Van Beek not able to make the most of his amazing race pace to try to fight back, but still is going to have a convincing P3. Elpo now within 6/10 of Jordan White as well. It's like Pasha is closed up to Randy. Be interesting to see. I think I'm going to interview Elpo if he's in the chat because I would love to hear his perspective. And I think it'd be very entertaining for everyone to hear his frustration. On board with Dave Martin here. 1 second gap as the leaders cross the line for entering their penultimate lap here. Dave Martin with the fastest lap of 2:22.2, blinding pace. 3/10 faster than the previous fastest lap. He's gunning for Martin Smith. He's giving it everything. He has a huge gap. He has nothing to lose here if he goes for the lead. He's going to try to push the car as fast as possible. Jake Hardy closing up to the back of Giovanni West. Looking like he still has great pace. Challenging for P4 here. Very much on the table. Looks like Martin Smith, though, has pulled away from Dave Martin, though. Keeping that 1 second gap. Dave Martin not quite in the slipstream. But Jake Hardy having a little bit of a moment there. Got a little squirrely. All up on the back of Jordan White. These two have had an epic battle. And there goes Jordan. He is spun. A huge hazard on the track. Managing to everyone to dodge him, though. That, unfortunately, losing to the pressure there. That's going to be upsetting. But getting on away as go, so still P9. He should be able to hold off Randy if he keeps it on track. So at least some defense. Where is the safety transit? We should have a safety car transit. I think that would be an amazing idea. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. We tried to do a safety car before in ACC. It worked out pretty well. I wonder if I could ever talk Dave into doing it again for the AC series. So, but Jordan White doing a good job sticking where he was, letting the drivers sort themselves out. Good patience from him. I definitely would have had that patience. I would have tried to drive away out of frustration. Won't even lie about that. Still an epic battle between Ashley and Seth here. Only 3/10 separate the two. I think we should definitely use the same livery as we had, because we definitely... Oh, we wanted to put Dave's face on it, but he ended up not liking that idea, so we went with his dog, which is still really cute. But if we had a big van with Dave's face all over it, I think that would be the best safety car ever. I'm just saying. We might have... Looks like Ashley's still on the back of Seth Walker. Only 210 is going to be right in the slipstream. Pasha looking all on the back of Randy. Oh my god, if Dave was in the lead having to stare at his face the whole time, that would be the greatest moment. I would let Dave, if I was in the lead and Dave was behind me in the safety car, I would let him pass just so he'd have to stare at himself the whole time. I'd be 100% down for that. It'd be totally worth it. Ashley actually in the position to overtake. 110 side by side. And Autocam's upset again. Back on the board. And looks like Seth Walker and Ashley see are fighting side by side. Seth able to maintain that position. Actually diving left and right, trying to find some type of gap, and that's allowing Brett to close up. Final lap now. Seth going for a very wide line, trying to get the best exit, sacrificing to see, but Ashley isn't able to take the position there. And we're on board with Martin Smith as he's probably about to cross the line. 1.6 clear of Dave Martin. Not in the cards for Dave Martin this race. This is going to allow him to extend the championship lead a little bit more. But the battles of the Martins continues. And excellent P1 finish but Dave Martin still with the fastest lap, so nothing to be said. And then following closely with Tyler Van Beek. Hopefully he'll have a better start the next race. I really would like to see that because I think he deserves a good position. Still a good P3 though for him. And that should really help him in the championship fight. So, let's go. Let's decide who are we going to interview today. Unfortunately, it's like not in the chat. I really wanted to interview Elpo, but I'll grab two people. I think I'm going to grab Jake Hardy and Dave Martin. I'm just letting everyone cross the line, then we can get into it. Just 3 more drivers here. But excellent, good first race. 4-way battle in the mid pack. Dave Martin, Martin Smith at each other's throat, not giving it an inch. Looks like everyone has crossed the line, so we will start the interviews. Let's see, who do we want to grab? Let's go with Jake Hardy. Jake Hardy, you're in the commentary booth. How was your race?
Oh, whoa. Hello.
Hello. Having a much better race than you said you were going to have this morning.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could have had 4th, but I gave the position up because I'm pretty sure it was my fault when I hit had a collision with the guy in front of me.
Yeah, talk us through what happened with the Elpo. It looks like you guys had a bit of contact.
Yeah, well, we were going side by side into, I forget what turn it was, and I was trying to give him some space and go a little slower. I think I might have hit the inside curbing, and it kind of, what is that, oversteer? It kind of threw me out.
Oh, and you had...
I think I hit him like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was paying too much attention to his car, and I took it too far inside.
Yeah, I think I remember you hitting the wall a little bit.
Yeah, and I was a little bummed out about that one. So I gave up the position. I was trying to wait up, but I think someone was passing him, so he waited for that person to pass him.
Yeah, he had a fight with Jordan the whole time, so...
Yeah.
But that's good good ethics for you. And glad to see that your race was much better than you thought this morning.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time.
Awesome. Ready for the reverse grid?
Yeah, see what happens. Maybe I'll be able to fight Dave for a little bit, like last race. So.
Yeah, awesome. Throw you back up. Thank you for the interview.
All right.
Dave Martin, not able to capitalize on the pole position. Talk us through.
I didn't get pole position.
Oh.
I got 3.
Oh, that's all right. That's right. I'm sorry.
And no, it's all good. Martin was clearly right around the exact same pace as me. In the beginning, he was faster and slowly pulling away, and at the end, I feel like I was faster. As I started to get within a second, I got distracted by a conversation about water on the track.
Oh.
If you noticed, I was right at 1.1 off, and then I was suddenly 2 seconds off, or right around 2 seconds. And that's what happened. Maybe I should focus a little bit more instead of stupidly, focusing on the water on the track that I haven't seen so far. But all in all, it was really good. I was surprised by my pace. I was struggling to get in the 22s all practice and quali. And then come race, I'm just running 22, 22, 22, 22, and I had the fastest lap. So
Yeah,
maybe
by
race
quite
two,
a
I'll
bit
be able to put
margin.
it together.
Yeah, so hopefully reverse grid shenanigans go good for you, and you can close with the championship fight for the last race.
They haven't gone good for me yet, but yeah, no, I definitely have much higher hopes right now.
All right, good luck to you in the next race.
Thank you, thank you.
Pasha Patterson, epic four-way battle for you for most of the race. Can you talk us through it?
That was really fun. I did well until I didn't, which is kind of how it usually. But yeah, it's a good track. First time on it, but it's nice and wide. We get lots of close racing, and yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. I didn't realize how little time there was, but thank you for your perspective. Good luck in the race start.
Thanks.
All right, let's get back. And yes, I remembered to click the thingy. And yes, so race 2, everyone, reverse grid. Should be good fight. Much wider track than we have before, so hopefully we can get some awesome battles going on at the beginning of the race here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens between Martin Smith and Dave Martin. Dave Martin going to have the advantage at the start of the race. And here comes the lights. And we will have an epic, hopefully, view of the wall again. And lights out. Away we go. I'm so sorry. Autocam failing us once again. On board with Jordan White here. Looks like he's in a good position to try to take advantage of the race start. Everyone getting away pretty clean. Some locking up going on. Already, someone fighting for position. On board here with Randy. Someone sideways in the back. Looks like Elpo having unfortunate, as well as Seth Walter and Jake Hardy all losing positions. Dave Martin up into P8. Brett having lost momentum as well down to P9. Not sure what happened to him. Looks like Brett has unfortunately left the race. On board now with Randy, who seems to have gone away pretty clean with everything. But carnage has happened yet again on these reverse grids. Dave Martin just elbowing his way out, saying, no, I am going to get these points as soon as possible. Randy letting him go. This is... Yeah, they do reverse. I don't like reverse grid races personally, but it seems to be most people do so. And it does kind of create some action, especially at the starts. It's kind of... It is what it is. It seems to work most of the time. And it does kind of shake up the order a little bit. Looks like Pasha, though, having the best start out of everybody. Holding P1 right behind is Jordan White. And those two have pulled away. Giovanni wants getting a little friendly here with Randy. Tyler Van Beek with a really good race pace. Not able to really make much of the start, though. Down into P12. I think he had a lot of contact at the beginning of the race. Hopefully he can try to recover on the back of Elpo. Randy now in a three-way fight with Ashley and Giovanni West. Dave Martin, though, already 4 position clear of Martin Smith. I would think they were... Yeah. Trying to get everyone together, though, at the same time, though, I would imagine would be kind of hard. We've had the conversations about it, but not really my kind of... It's just... It's a shake-up. It is what it is. Elpo on the back of Tyler Van Beek, trying to get the position back. Jordan White taking position from Pasha. And Kevin Woodward now in the lead. Yeah. Because the fact, I mean, it depends on the car, I think, and like the pace disparity, but most of the time it's pretty good. Tyler Van Beek not having the best looking view from his car, as we can see all kinds of shattered glass. Had massive contact being the race, but is holding off Elpo. So another 3-way fight. Jake Hardy unfortunately not able to take advantage of the reverse grid and is now in P13. looks like there's Dave Martin doing a 2-for-1. Pasha might have had an incident. But yep, looking like he is going to get drove by all these guys. Dave Martin already up into P3 and only 2 seconds back from the leaders. Or 3 seconds, looks like. So, Martin Smith stuck in traffic behind Randy. This is going to be huge for the championship if Martin Smith cannot get past all these cars. Tyler Van Beek already up, looking up P10, trying to get some type of salvage of this race. Martin Smith not able to find his way past Randy. Randy doing an amazing job for Dave Martin, whether it be intentional or not. Martin Smith looking at the outside. Gonna try to outbrake Randy coming into this long right hand or left hander. Looks like Randy though able to hold the position, back on board with this 4-way fight at the back of the field. Looks like the unfortunate runners not trying to still have a good race here, which is good to see. Jake Hardy looking on the inside of Elpo. Gonna be a little more cautious than last race though, trying not to get in the inside this time. Martin Smith finally getting past Randy though, P7, trying to catch up, but there's already a huge gap between him and Dave Martin. Randy trying to stay close to Elpo here, but getting passed by Pasha. Elpo defending well from Seth Walter. Walter trying to stay on the back of Elpo, trying to find any position. His car already tapping the wall again. He can't really afford any more damage. Dave Martin within 2 seconds now with Jordan White. Keep on board with him. Martin Smith looking on the inside of Ashley. Gonna go again for the same move it looks like he went for before. Actually gonna go for the switchback. Ashley though having that inside. Martin Smith gonna go for the very wide line, trying to get the drive on Ashley here. He's going to have a much better exit for that and takes the position pretty easily. Ashley's going to be now compromised, having Pasha now coming up behind her. Pasha pulling out the slipstream, going to go for the move. Thinks better of it, comes back in. I will say these reverse grid races do add some kind of... I mean, it's definitely easier to commentate them because there's definitely more going on, so... From my perspective, it's great, but when I'm in the race, it's really just a dice roll, unfortunately. Jake Hardy getting all kinds of held up by Seth Walter, but it looks like he did find the inside here. Actually, all in the back of Pasha. Pasha might have gotten a little out of shape there, having a good run on the slipstream. Gonna give him the space. She does have the inside line. Can she get the overtake? Pasha's going to have the inside low here for this. Seth Walter letting Jake Hardy go here, looks like. Able to make up to P12. Dave Martin having a moment, I didn't even realize, down into P5 again. I wonder what happened to him. That's gonna... Now Martin Smith already up on the back of him within a second. Dave Martin's amazing jump at the beginning of the race. Fastest lap at 2:21.9. Let's go, Adrian. Great lap from him. That's the fastest lap we've seen today. So, great to see what he can do in clean air. Jordan White all up on the back of Kevin Woodward. Ashley saying not letting Pasha out of her sights. Epic battle between these two. Back on board with Jordan White, hoping for a P1 finish, honestly, very much in the cards, with Dave Martin having that moment and dropping back to P5. These two can really clear away from the rest of the field. Jordan White just has to close up another 0.2 to get into that slipstream, and then the fight is on for P1. Seth Walter trying not to let Jake Hardy go. These two have had not the greatest race start, but are trying to make something of the race. Self-Ultra trying to fight with the car, I mean, all kinds of damage. Looks like the field has kind of spread out now. Our driver's kind of finding the positions. Randy having a good run here though on Ashley. Really good run, coming alongside. Can he outbrake her? Going very, definitely could have taken a wider line there. But he's giving her plenty of space. Good racing from both of them. Both drivers side by side, trading positions. Ashley's going to have the outside though. Randy's going to be able to take the inside line. And is going to actually get the position. But Randy closing the door on Ashley, allowing Tyler Van Beek to kind of close up to these two. Randy going a little bit wide though, allowing Ashley to fight back a little bit. It's going to be 3 wide coming into this next corner. Ashley getting the worst of it, being overtaken by both Randy and Tyler Van Beek. But still has the slipstream to try to fight back. Tyler Van Beek is going to be a bit slower with his car having this much damage. Only able to do 2:23 lap times when he was doing 2:22s before. But he's going to be up on the backside of Randy, having a better exit. Going to pull out of the slipstream. Going to get the overtake done pretty easily. And that's a great 2 position for Tyler Van Beek. And managing to avoid the wall at the end there. It's going to make Randy very compromised. Ashley all up on the backside of him. And that's allowed Elpo to kind of close up to this fight as well. Ashley almost getting squeezed out there. Max out of it pretty wisely. Dave Martin still managing to hold position for Martin Smith. If he can finish ahead of him in the points, that'll still help keep his championship hopes alive. Elpo tucking in the inside of Randy here. He's very cold and calculated, so he should make the overtake happen. And make sure to do it at the right point. Ashley actually getting past both of them here. But if Randy keeps getting compromised by Ashley, he's going to be under all kinds of pressure from Elpo. Only doing a 2:30, so lap time has been 3 seconds have been lost in this fighting. Looks like Jordan White has lost position to Adrius. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like Jordan probably had a little bit of a moment, but still managing a good 6-second lead on Giovanni West, so podium positions still very much in the cards. This will allow Kevin Woodward to pull away a little bit from the 2 and try to increase his lead a little bit. Elpo not letting Randy breathe at all. Trying to get side by side with him. And I had to tuck back in the slipstream. And actually getting the overtake done on Randy. Randy though, fighting back, getting the outside. Looks like the outside line is the faster line through that corner. A lot of drivers going for the inside to try to get the overtake. But similar to like the Red Bull Ring, turn 3 or 4, I believe. Taking the outside is actually a lot faster. Randy going for a very tight line there, getting a little compromise on his exit. Elpo should be able to get the position here. Will they leave each other space? They have. Randy going to lose the position to Elpo. Race is just over halfway done here, so a lot to play for. Leaders are still very close to each other within 2 seconds. Dave Martin is starting to close up a little bit of Giovanni West, still 4 seconds to make up. If he can get the overtake done, that'd be awesome for his championship hopes. Tyler Van Beek now looking to take his next victim, Pasha, here. Even with the horrible start that he had, he's able to try to fight back for position here. On board with Martin Smith, who has closed up the gap to Dave Martin to just 8/10. Martin Smith keeping it in the high gear here. Now Tyler Van Beek all up on the backside of Pasha. Pasha defending for his life here. Tyler Van Beek going to have the run with the slipstream. Is alongside. Will he have the position? Pasha leaves him enough space, but he's going to be compromised on the exit. Pasha able to maintain the position for so far. Adrian is taking out 5/10 to the lead of Kevin Woodward in the last lap. And trying to gap Jordan White a little bit. Martin Smith being pulled away a little bit from Dave Martin. Both these drivers seem to not having quite the race pace they had in the previous race. Tyler Van Beek again on board with him, going for the a little compromise, a little squirrely there. Pasha's going to pull away a little bit from that. But he's not letting Pasha out of his sights. Good on Tyler though for trying to salvage any type of good result, because he definitely had the top 3 pace, top 1 even. So it's unfortunate starts led him in here. Back on board with the Elpo, looking to make a move on Ashley within 5/10. He's about to get the slipstream. Tyler Van Beek 3/10 away from Pasha. Is going to probably close up a little bit, 2/10. Gonna have another big straight coming up here. Actually very slow in here. Elpo having to slow up just a little bit. Being very smart with his overtake though. Adrius within 1 second now, Kevin Woodward. Elpo actually making the overtake on Ashley off screen. Ashley now going to try to pull away from her, but she's still within the slipstream. Tyler now, again, just sniffing Pasha's exhaust. Hoping Pasha will make a mistake from the pressure. 8 minutes left to go in the race. Giovanni West putting in a 2:22.9. Dave Martin only a 2:23.2. So not able to actually close up to P4. He might be under pressure from Martin Smith. I don't know what kind of damage he has from his moment. If he had contact or he just lost the car. Adrius all up on the back for the battle for P1. Kevin Woodward not having the pace to keep Adrius coming out of nowhere with amazing race pace. Pasha's trying to stick with Tyler Van Beek. Gap is still 4/10, so he will have the slipstream. Back on board now with Adrius. Adrius actually having quite a bit of damage on his car and still having a really good pace. He's not going to let Kevin breathe for a second. Jordan White, comfortable P3. Quite a bit back, but Giovanni West is still quite a bit behind him, so he should be able to hold the podium position for now. Pasha getting a little bit of understeer there. already losing the back of Tyler Van Beek, who's pulled out a 1 second gap. Adrius all up on the back of Kevin Woodward. Looking on the inside. Kevin keeping the door closed, though. Adrius definitely has the pace, but will he be able to get the overtake and land it? On board Martin Smith now. Championship leader. Not able to salvage too much out of this race, but a good lap from himself right now at 22.4. Hoping to really make his championship hopes easier if he can get past Dave Martin. Gap still 3/10. He's just putting in a much faster lap that time again, 22.8. If Kevin loses the position here, he's going to get driven away for sure. Putting everything on the table here. Kevin keeps driving like he is. He should be able to keep him behind and take a nice P1 finish. On board with Pasha, actually staying within 1 second of Tyler Van Beek, so not letting him drive away as we thought. Alpo, though, doing a nice lap there, 2 seconds faster than Ashley behind him. He's just getting very sideways there. Wonder how much the straight line speed has been compromised from the damage. Kevin now at a nice half-second gap. He's just trying to re-enter the slipstream. On board down with Martin Smith, who is close up the gap to Dave Martin to 1 second. Dave Martin might be a little nervous right now. Back on board with the fight for the lead. Adrian's still 3/10 gap holding back up to that 3/10. Every time he gets close though, Kevin Woodward doing a great job defending. Now down to 1/10. He just seems to be much faster in that corner than him. On board with Jake Hardy, fighting for Seth Walter now for P12. Looks like he does have the pace here. Still on board with the Adrius. Not sure, I'm kind of just watching to see what happens. Side by side, Jake Hardy and Seth Walter, 1/10 behind. Kevin Woodward manages to hold the position though. Looks like Adrius would make a move. On board with Randy, making a move on Ashley. Going for the wide exit here. And makes the overtake stick. Great job from Randy. Adrius seemed to have a moment there. I'm not sure what happened, but now he's P3. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's something wrong with the timings, but it says that there's still... I'm not sure Jordan White is P2. We'll have to wait and see. But Jake Hardy did make the move on Seth Walter, looks like. Just pulling away a little bit now. Oh no, excuse me, commentator's curse for Jake Hardy. Getting real friendly with the wall. Yes, Adrius is P3. Something must have happened, I'm not sure. But this is going to give Kevin Woodward pretty much the guaranteed win if he keeps it on track. 7-second gap. Jordan White now fighting for P2. Jordan White all kinds of wide though. Adrius being very aggressive on the exit. But Jordan White managing position. Giovanni West is going to close up here. 2 laps to go here, looks like. Dave Martin actually managing to get very close, kicking it up to high gear. I don't know what happened, but he's now within 6/10 of Giovanni West. Getting that position ahead with Martin Smith not passing Giovanni West would really help his championship fight. Jordan White now looking for a crazy P2 finish. Braking very early, getting a little squirrely there. Adrian's having to back off. Giovanni Less actually getting overtaken by Dave Martin. That's going to be huge for his championship. Dave Martin saying, I have the pace. I'm going to show you the pace. So great recovery from him having whatever happened to him happen. Looks like Adrius did get the move done on Jordan White. But they're still side by side. This fight is not over. Jordan having the inside line too. Gonna be able to get back P2. Adrius gonna have the better drive though. Going side by side across the line here on the final lap. Jordan going to have to concede the position here. If these two keep fighting, Jordan White's going to be having Dave Martin to contend with here in this last lap. Dave Martin having crazy pace out of nowhere. Jack was down to 5/10. Jordan did save. Dave is behind him. He's not gonna make it easy. But getting another position over Martin Smith will be great for the championship fight. Martin Smith nowhere in position here to go up for another position. So it's Dave's points to lose at this point. Final lap, halfway through it about. Jordan White keeping Dave Martin at bay here. Dave Martin looking for the overtake. Dave loves his mind games, but Jordan does know that. Jordan also probably doesn't trust Dave too much given their history. And they're just all up on the backside of Jordan White. And he does make the overtake happen. Jordan White spun out. Not sure what happened there. Jordan White, again, with the worst of luck. But that's going to allow Martin Smith to also get in position. So, points gap for Dave Martin, not as good as it was going to be. Oh, Jordan, I apologize. We'll have to see his perspective in the post-race. But, good defending from him. Here comes Kevin Woodward, clear of everyone else. Excellent race from the Canadian. Taking a great first win for the season for him. I'll have to get his perspective if he's in the Discord chat. Love to hear his thoughts and how excited he is about the win. But excellent finish. Nicely done. Looks like Dave Martin will be on the podium. So good points haul from him. Adrius with a fast lap of a 21.6. Insane pace with a broken car. Martin Smith P5, but still going to hold a good championship lead over Dave Martin coming into the last race. Red and White recovering to a P6. Pasha P8. Ernie P10. Looks like Ashley will be P11. Jake Hardy P12 and Seth Walter P13. Cleaning up the grid. These two still fighting in the back. Ashley trying to hold on. Looks like she will. Excellent race to everyone. Alright, let's go into some post-race interviews for race 2. Kevin Woodward, you're in the commentary booth. Congratulations on the P1. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. It was a tough battle with Spetch pulling up behind. Can I just get out of VR for a minute? And
Yeah.
Then I'll just give me 10 seconds here. All right, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, perfect.
So what happened between you in the fight? Did he lose it, the car or something, or?
Yeah, in the final hairpin, I think he tried to stick it in second and try to fight me on the exit. And this car can be a little finicky. If you're too hard on acceleration, the rear end will come out. And I think that just is what happened to him, because we didn't have any contact. Been racing him for a while, so gave him space going through there. I expected him to come out beside me and go for a battle into turn one, but he unfortunately lost it and gave me the win, so I'll take it.
Excellent. How happy you are to get your first win of the season?
It feels pretty good. Had some difficult weeks earlier in the season, so it hopefully gives me a nice little boost in the standings. For that, it's all series. I've been kind of in that, just following that lead pack right on their tail, trying to capitalize on their mistakes, but also then making mistakes of my own to kind of kick me while I'm down on there. So I knew I could get a podium, but it was just a matter if I could stick it for the win for that. So luckily there were some mishaps with other drivers that allowed me to stick it.
Yeah, getting the best of luck for that crazy reverse grid race, but still win deserved.
Yeah, they can be very chaotic. I think I definitely benefited from the fact that I got to start mid pack rather than in the back, because I had less of a field to try and race through. Even through turn one, I think I was already up to P3, P2. I can't remember after turn one, so that gave me an advantage with that.
Awesome, but yeah, hopefully you have another good race in the final race of the season, and congrats again on the P1.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too. Dave.
Oh, hello.
Dave Martin, you had an incredible start to the race. What happened?
I mean, I kept complaining the car doesn't feel right. I don't know what was between race 1 and race 2, but I had like the rear of the car was just so stable, and I know most people want that, but it was giving me understeer everywhere. And I think I was more focused on that than I was driving well, and I just lost it in a corner, hit the wall, and nobody did anything. That was all my fault. Bad driving. That's really what I needed to close up the championship too, because Martin had a weak race too, and that's what I've been relying on this whole time. And the one time I had the best start ever is the one time I also threw it when I had the opportunity. That's just, I can't do that.
Still a good P3. What happened between you and Jordan in the fight at the end of the race?
I was trying to line up a little nice tap, and if you like, I'm watching it back actually on the replay right now, and it's one of those Assetto moments. I mean, I definitely killed him. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. But when you watch it, it's a tap to the bumper that in real life, you don't send the other driver spinning. You might loosen them a little and get around them, but you definitely would not send him spinning. But I think it was just netcode, and yeah, I was trying to give him a little bump, and I was hoping to bump draft him all the way down to the corner, take the inside, and then just drive away. But instead, I gave him a little bump and put him into the wall and drove away. And yeah, now I'm gonna feel bad about that one for a few weeks.
Well, unfortunate. Jordan Bad Luck White, I think, strikes again. But
he did mention that he said he was going to take me out in the race, though. So I don't feel as bad.
He said he wouldn't, not intentionally, but yes, definitely some history between you two, but good racing nonetheless to see, and good luck in the final race in the championship.
Thank you.
Jordan Bad Luck White. What? Talk us through what happened from your perspective at the end of the race there, because you were given P2 due to some type of craziness going on between the leaders, and then it just unraveled for you.
Well, I ended up passing the guy that was in P2 after they had their little incident, and I think it's Andreas.
Yeah, and he looks like he spun out, going too downshifting too quickly.
So he was putting in 21s.
Yeah, definitely.
So he definitely had the pace. So I tried to hold him off, and he caught me in the exact same spot that he passed me the other time that same race. I did manage to hold it a little better on him that time, but he still got around. And then it was the last lap. Dave's the one right behind me, and I'm all like, I'm holding on to this podium. I'm playing defensive. So I got a little squirrely a couple corners before, and I didn't quite have the speed. So I knew I would have had enough to at least keep them side by side going into the next one. And it sounds like he was going for a bump draft, and I still had the wheel slightly turned. So the contact just caused the rear end to slide out and face into the wall. So
Yeah,
so
from his
instead of me crashing him, like I said, he crashed me.
looks like he jumped at the opportunity. No, he said that he was just trying to bump draft you and then get you compromised into the turn, but from his perspective, a set of courses netcode is the culprit.
Oh, he did say he went for the move. I think if my wheel was straight, it would have been okay. And I was in the process of straightening it out, but
Gotcha.
I was actually debating if I should take the inner line, which is probably why I still have my wheel turned.
Oh,
And I don't think he could have, predicted that. So I was going for a defensive line. He thought I was going straight, went for the bump draft, and it was enough to send the car.
right. Well, unfortunate. Once again, you seem to be the infinite bad luck source that we all see, but it was entertaining nonetheless. But
it was a really fun race, both of the races. The track was amazing, and it's the one I've been looking forward to. So
that's good. Glad to hear that you can at least take that away.
yeah, I got to do quite a few good battles, which is something I've been lacking lately. So
yeah,
if nothing else, it was an experience.
Yeah, good to take that away. I respect, because I would be all kinds of pissed. So
Yeah, well, I haven't been trying at all for this entire season, so it's not like I'm like, oh, I got screwed out of points. I'm sad that we didn't get the chance to have that, battle for that last lap and the way that it ended, but I'm not mad at him for it because I'm not going for a championship point anyway, so.
yeah, definitely when you're in the championship fight, you drive a little crazier, I will say.
Yeah.
So it's definitely understandable, but
Uh,
glad that you had fun and that you still had a really good race regardless of the luck thrown at you, and hopefully race 6 is a little better for you. At least get one good clean race.
yeah, I've never done Mid-Ohio, so that'll be a whole learning experience.
Right on. Thank you for the interview, and good luck in the next race.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
All right, with that, everyone, we are going to end the stream. It's been fun. Race 6 next week for the championship fight. Martin Smith and Dave Moore neck and neck. It'll be great to see, and looking forward to it. So looking forward to seeing you all guys there. Have a good one.